This question involves pivot tables, and in this case we're going to be counting things. So question 6 here on the left hand side asks us to record how many players on the list come from each of the different counties. So we want to count the number of players. And then the second question we might ask is what percentage of the players on the list come from each of the different counties. So it's the same aspect, but just a percentage rather than a number. So first of all, we'll try and tackle the one where it says how many players on the list come from each of the different counties. So to carry out that, we can insert a pivot table. We insert the pivot table, we choose the range of cells and the new worksheet, so both of those are okay. And for the county, we tick the county, we get the list of all the counties. We want to know how many players come from each of the counties. So if we drag over county again, nothing happens. But instead, if we drag county to the values list, numbers suddenly appear, and it's count of the counties. So basically what's happened is that Excel has examined the 100 rows of the data, and it's concluded that Cavan occurs 5 times for a county, Clare occurs 3 times, Kildare occurs 14 times, and so on. And the overall total is 100. So that makes sense because there's 100 rows in the list. And therefore, when you add up all the occurrences of the individual counties, you should reach a total of 100. So that's example 6 done. So we'll just call that Q6 or EXAMP6, we'll say. Just move it aside away from the scholarships. And then we go back and we look at question 7. Question 7 is what percentage of the players on the list come from each of the different counties? So we're now looking at percentages. And again, we go for a new pivot table. And the correct range and the new worksheet are both okay. And now we're looking at the percentage of the players that come from each of the different counties. So again, we'll choose county. We'll bring county down into the values list as well. So that's where it'll count the occurrences of county basically. So we're getting the same answers as before. We're getting a count of the counties, but we don't want to count this time. We want a percentage. So we need to go into the value field settings. And under value field settings, we show values as, initially it's no calculation. And now we want to get a percentage of either the grand total or the column total. They'll both give the same conclusion. We'll just go this time for the grand total. So we're seeing here is that 5% of the scholarships on the list are allocated to Cavan, 3% to Clare, and so on. And down all the way down as far as Wexford is 5% and Kildare is 14%. So that's how to express the percentage of the players on the list that come from the different counties. We need to go into, I'll do it one more time, we need to go into the value fields list and choose the appropriate option here. Here's the percentage of the grand total. We could have equally chosen percentage of the column total and it would give the same result because only one column and it achieves the same thing. So that's the end of this clip on how to count data. Okay, so going back again to the first one, we use the county in both the label we're using and in the column we're calculating on. So county is text. So because county is text, it can't sum it up, it can't get averages, it can't do anything else like that with it. It just has to count it. So that's why using the same column in both places is appropriate. So that's the end of the clip.